Hey Siri, where is the closest chiropractor?
The nearest one I see is Chiropractic Wellness Center on Canyon Crest Drive. Do you want that one?
So today, every business owner wants their phone to ring with calls from prospects and current customers. Every brick and mortar store wants new customers to walk in the front door. In the 2020s, your prospects are most likely to find local businesses using search on their computer, their phone, or some other device. Today's edition of Small Business Daily will provide you with the basics of search engine optimization that will help you get your phone ringing and your door swinging. First of all, you need a great website. You're going to have to spend 2 to 25 hours to put yourself together a website. Now, maybe you've already got a website. The question I would ask you is it a good website? Has anybody done the necessary things to get this website to be found in a natural search when somebody looks up the keywords that are important to you? We call that organic SEO. So to begin with, what Google wants is for your website to be useful. They want it to be original, and they want it to be professionally written or created. They also want people to have a great user experience when they get there. And that great user experience is generally going to be because of the artwork, the layout, and the navigation. How easy is it for people to find what they want? So for instance, your website should immediately tell people that they're at the right place. The headline, the artwork, when they show up, they should not have to even think about whether they've come to the right location or not to get your kind of services or products. Does your website do that? Now, just go open it up and take a look. If you don't think that your customer or prospect would feel immediately confident that they've come to the right place, that's something you might want to look into improving. The next thing your website needs is great on-page and back-end SEO. So on-page SEO, or search engine optimization, means that you're using the keywords naturally and often in your content. So those keywords could be in the headline, the subheadline. Potentially you have a set of bullets just under the subheadline where you'll use keywords again. And then in your general content below, as you go into paragraph style writing, you're going to want more evidence that keyword is being used frequently. You may want to use that keyword in a way that it's going to link into inside pages. And that way it's going to give even more indications to Google that those are keywords that you care about. If you have pictures, you're going to want the pictures to be keyworded. You can put content below them that explains what they are about, as well as SEO in the back end of the picture that also uses keywords. Now, then the other part of SEO for your website is that you want it to have the back end properly set up. I've got a card right here that tells you how to go to a website that will explain that back end information. But basically, you want to have good titles, you want to have good descriptions, and you want to have good headlines or H1s, H2s, H3s. Again, without getting into detail, on this particular edition of Small Business Daily, you just go to that card and you'll get all the detail you could possibly use. Next, you want to set up your listing on Google My Business. Of course, if you've been watching any of my videos, you know that I believe, and I think I can prove that 15 different ways, that Google My Business is the most important real estate on the internet for small businesses that are local in nature. So if you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a retailer in a local environment, if you are a service provider of any kind that does business locally, you need to be in the 3-pack, preferably number 1 in the 3-pack on Google My Business. Well, a great website that we just talked about is critical to getting highly ranked on Google My Business. So these two things go hand in hand. It's going to take you about 3 hours to set up your Google My Business. And you can probably go someplace and pay somebody $300 to $700 or so to set up Google My Business. You could have somebody in your employ learn how to. Card right there. All you got to do is go over and see 6 videos we just created on how to do the top secret stuff, the secret sauce about Google My Business. That might take you another 3 or 4 hours to really nail it. I'm also going to give in the description below our website, freebusinesshelpnow.com, that has a series of another 5 or 6 videos that give you the basics of how to set up Google My Business. Between those videos and the secret sauce that we just ran, you should be able to have the most amazing Google My Business ever, okay? So check all that out. The next way that you can become extremely visible on the internet, and it's a very good way to also improve your SEO. It's going to improve your website SEO, and it's going to improve your Google My Business SEO, is to become proficient at least one social media platform. It's probably going to take you 30 hours. If you're not proficient at all at any of them, it's probably going to take you 30 hours of watching YouTube videos or reading articles about how to become really, really good at Facebook or at LinkedIn, possibly at Instagram or TikTok. Find some kind of social media to become really good at, and then go do it. Put in the time each week to keep it up, to continue to put up new pictures and videos. Those links back to your website, those links that Google is seeing out there when they're looking to determine how prominent you are on the internet, are going to help your other efforts on the internet. It's going to improve your search engine optimization. One of the keys to getting your Google My Business really ranked highly also provides an opportunity for you to become more visible, and that is to get listed on lots and lots of directories. So get yourself listed on at least the top 50 directories like Apple and Bing, and just go down the list, City Search, and there's so many of them. There's actually hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of directories, but get listed at least on the top 50. Again, here's a card that will tell you exactly the video you can go watch that I just created that will help you become listed on those top 50 videos. In addition to the top 50 directories and listing sites that you want to be on, there's also the local sites or the regional sites. So your local newspaper, radio, television station, chamber of commerce, business groups may also have listings of their membership or listings of people in the area. You really want to be on those listing search engines. Those are going to really help you. You may never get a phone call as a result of being on that listing, but you might. But for sure, it's going to help your Google My Business become more highly ranked. Now we're going to drop back to your website. So we talked about doing the proper SEO. We talked about the 3 things, actually 4 things that Google's looking for on your website in order to give you good organic ranking. Now we want to talk about really taking that website to the next level. There's a card right there that will give you a very good video about how to make your website really, really outstanding. But the key thing to your website is just more and more and more content, and more content that includes keywords. So let's say that you are a chiropractor in Los Angeles, and you're actually in the Westwood area of Los Angeles. You're going to want to use the words chiropractor Westwood, or chiropractor West LA, or chiropractor 90024. You're going to want to use those keywords. Well, one of the ways to do that is they have an entire article, a separate page that would be all about Westwood. What's in Westwood? What kind of opportunities are there in Westwood for recreation or for fun? What kind of restaurants could you review that are in that 90024 area? And that way you can use the keywords very organically within your article, and that's going to help you to rank higher for those keywords for your entire website, and therefore also for Google My Business. So putting up a bunch of additional pages that will go into more detail on the keywords that you care about, and actually just bulk up your website. Google is looking for people that know their business backwards, forwards, and inside out. So the more pages you have, the more information you have, the more content you create, the more new stuff that you keep putting up about what's going on in your business or in your neighborhood. That's all going to help your website to become really, really stronger and stronger in terms of being found. Another way to really raise your visibility on Google search, or any kind of search for that matter, is using blogs and YouTube. These are kind of similar in a way. Blogs have been around since 2004, and YouTube has been around even longer than that. These are places where you can give longer content in more detail. Doesn't even have to be all that business related. It can be personal. It can be things about a charity that you're involved in, or it can be more personal. It can be something about an organization that you're involved in, or a charity. It can be something about one of your clients or one of your staff. It can be something about other products from related industries. So you don't have to be just really super industry specific with regard to blogs and YouTube videos. These can just be things that are going to raise your visibility. Once again, you're going to want to use SEO to make sure that you can be found in your area for the keywords you care about. So even if you're writing an article about a local charity, somewhere along the line, you're going to want to put your business name, you're going to want to put some kind of keyword and your city or zip code so that people can find you locally for that information. Another way to lift your visibility is just to get more traffic to your website, to your blogs, to your YouTube videos, to your social media, and to Google My Business. The more traffic that's coming into any of those locations, the more likely it is that Google is going to give you more ranking. You're going to rank you higher in your particular keywords. So how do you do that? Well, one of the ways you do it is by using email blasts. So when you send out an email, you're going to want people to go to your website for something. Or you're going to want them to go to your blog for something, or go to your YouTube videos for something. Another way to do that is to use pay-per-click. Pay-per-click, that's something a lot of people don't know. When you use Google pay-per-click, for instance, and you're sending people to your blog or your website or your YouTube video from that pay-per-click ad, then that's going to increase your traffic dramatically. Well, if you're increasing your traffic to your website, that's a signal to Google that they need to give you higher ranking. It isn't that you're paying off Google in order to get higher ranking. It's just natural that if there's more traffic, Google gives you a higher ranking. So you can use paid methods. That works on Yelp, that works on LinkedIn, any place that you're paying for traffic to come to a particular location that is going to raise the ranking of that particular piece of content that you have online. You can also use your social media to get more people to go to your website. You can use your website to get more people to go to your social media. You can use your YouTube videos to talk about your social media, get people to go there. In your YouTube video, you can say, be sure to go to my Facebook. On your Facebook, you can remind people to go to your YouTube video. Generally speaking, you don't want to post YouTube videos on social media. You want to post the MP4, the raw video, on Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever you're going. And then in the first comment, you'll put a link to the original video so people can go to YouTube or to Instagram, etc., in order to see the original video. This is a little tricky way to get more people to go see your content while still doing what Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn wants you to do with regard to content. They don't want third-party content. They want original content. Using reviews and testimonials is another great way to get people to come to your website or to your videos or to your social media. People love reviews and testimonials. They want to know that other people have visited you, have used your products or services. They like you. They think you're great. So the more testimonials, the more reviews you can get, the better. Obviously, the key places you want the reviews and testimonials is on Google My Business and on some of the other search engines like Yelp and City Search and Yellow Pages, etc. If you are in a specific industry, if you're a realtor, you want those reviews on Zillow, Redfin, etc. If you are in other kinds of industries, they will have their own websites where these kind of reviews take place. Those are also going to be helpful to get you more highly ranked and visible in those directories. And all of that works to help you become more highly ranked everywhere. Another way to get more traffic is to do in-shop advertising for these different places where you have content online. So your business card should have your website on it. Your literature, anything that you hand out should have your website and your social media on it. You might want to have signs posted in your place of business that say, please visit our website. Here it is. You may want people to check in at Facebook or check in at Yelp. You want people to know that you're on Google My Business. And so you're going to, again, potentially have a sign or a poster that tells people, please review us at Google My Business. So these are all ways to get people to go to these locations. The more traffic, I know I've said it 4 times, but it bears repeating, the more traffic, the more highly you're going to rank. This next one may seem obvious, but anytime you do any kind of advertising, you're going to want to include in that advertisement, not just your phone number, not just your address. You're going to want to put your website URL, the different kinds of social media where you appear, possibly even your YouTube channel. So these are additional ways that you can accomplish the task of getting more traffic and increasing your visibility to your potential future prospects. Getting backlinks to your website is one that most of your competition is never going to do. You can learn how to get your own backlinks. You will get natural backlinks, but if you really want to make things happen, you may want to pay for backlinks. I'm going to provide you with a link down below where you can reach out to a friend of mine who does backlinks relatively inexpensively and will also help you with your SEO on your website. He's located in Eastern Europe, and so therefore, of course, the prices are lower. But check out that link below. So that is the list of the different ways that you can use SEO to increase your visibility online. Please press like if that information was helpful to you today, and maybe you want to subscribe because there's lots of additional content about how to grow your business, make it more profitable, give you more time with your family, and of course, give you the chance for way more vacations. This is Randy Kirk at Small Business Daily. See you next time.